Greetings, everybody. BJ Waller back with you for another wonderful Friday afternoon Island Warfare Mayhem here, or evening, morning, night, as the case may be, wherever you may be out there in the world watching this. And of course, if you're watching this on a YouTube or a highlight here on Twitch, well then, happy greetings for whatever day it is you happen to be watching this. I don't know, it could be a Friday. You'll have to excuse me today. I am in the midst of a cold here, so stuffed up, a little bit of chest congestion as well, among other things that have been going on this week, which we'll get into later. But yes, I just wanted to thank everybody for joining me, watching this video, what have you, and it turns out all four of us are sick today, and that usually never happens. Me, my wife, and the kids, Abby and Aaron, all have the cold. At least we're all getting it all at the same time, so hopefully we can get it over with all at the same time as well. But anyway, what have we got for you today? Oh, let's see. We stashed a foraged. We foraged a stash. The wolf attacked us. We've got some parishes going on here. Parish raiding, attacking the wolf as usual. Wolves are pretty much going to be every week. That kind of stuff. But big old parish attacks here to highlight in Battle Report of the Week this week. Also some, again, the usual attacking the wolves. And we will also get to Taz's attacks on the treasure castle from a few weeks ago. Is this one even still? Okay. Looks like it still might be good. We'll see. We'll see. Usually after 14 days, the reports become invalid, or they just automatically delete. But we'll see. It's all coming up. Let's see, we got some building to do. I think what I'm going to probably be doing today is attacking as many wolf lairs and bandit camps as possible. Just to keep, trying to rise up in the ranks here. Again, holding steady here at 66 because there's such a big gap, which has shrunk a little bit. I think these two guys have popped into the 140s there. I think the gap is a little bit larger than this last week when we took a look. But inching ever closer to Sweet Leaf here, position number 65. Bandit camps, pretty much holding steady right around 59-60. Pulled away a little bit from the guys below me, inching ever closer to here. But one of the things is it's kind of tough finding large bandit camps now. Most of the bandit camps I've hit have been minimal, essentially minimal bandit camps. But the ones in Lapu-lapu generally are fairly large. So we're going to start off by hitting this guy. We'll go with our snake castle formation. Launch attack. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, and other news note, looks like Do Not Disturb here are allies now of the of our house as well. Colin Omnal, I wanted to point this one out. I keep looking over there because usually that's where my camera is. I gotta remember the camera is here now. I switched things around a little bit to make it easier instead of looking over here the way I shifted everything where the game is. The game's over here now. So usually I keep, my game is on my second monitor and the OBS is on where the camera is. The game is usually, or where the camera is usually where OBS is. So it's kind of switched around here now. I got OBS on the monitor where I usually game, and so the camera's over where the game usually is, which probably is a better situation to do, but that's just the way my setups have to be. So changing things around a little bit here, but yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the Wizards First Rule fan there. I got his books right here on the other side too. Or where do I have the books? Yeah, on the other side of my server desk over there. All the books. Goodkind. Terry Goodkind. That's it. So Terry Goodkind fan here. The Sword of Truth novelizations. There were quite a few. There were quite a few novels in that series. But Colin Omnell, one of the protagonists in the book. So shout out to you. Yeah. Enjoyed the at least the early books in the series. I haven't really gotten. I'm trying to think which one was the last one I read. I read the first four. I'm trying to think. I know Blood of the Fold was the third one. It was a little bit shorter. I don't think quite as good as the first two. What was the fourth one? Don't remember. I think I read at least the first four, maybe the first five in this series. Then just really not enough time to read anymore. Doing too much gaming, really. That's essentially what it is. Once I started doing a lot of videos and a lot more gaming, I really ran out of time to do my other leisure, which is reading a lot of fantasy and science fiction. Alright, we're healing up there. San Jose is what we're looking for. Here, we'll go here. So we'll go here. You know what we're gonna do? Bandits. Let's go in here and build up the army a little bit more. Oh, yep, good. So we've got boom, boom. It's really what I need now. Boom. You know what? We'll add 10 there. 185, 85, and 15. 185, 85, and 15. 89. I don't think we have quite as many now. 5. So we'll go another 5 there. Wait off on that. Wheel spin prize. We did get a wheel spin prize from the treasure castle last week. I didn't run that off till just now, just so I wouldn't have something just lingering in my report menu here for too long. Card points 20. So we got card points for that. Excellent. So a couple more card points there anyway. Always nice there. Boom, 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 boom. Let's take a look at the standings too while we're at it. We looked at those are just things we want to look at. So where we at here, 704,000. So not quite 3/4 of the way through yet. Not quite. Last glory round was day 735. So we're looking almost 40 days. Almost 40 days into it. So we got about another, I would say probably about another couple of weeks, probably a week and a half to 2 weeks before this glory round is over, and we enter the final glory round, which will put us, let's see, figure this one will end before Easter, right, yeah, 30th, yeah, right around Easter, right before the beginning of April, which will put us all through April, May, possibly Memorial Day. Around that weekend, we'll be looking forward to the age change. It'll be here before we know it, unfortunately. I find age 1 to be my favorite age. The one I enjoy the most. We don't favor too many of the changes that come along in the latter ages. Plus, having to restart parishes completely from scratch is a big pain in the butt too. Alright, so we're gonna go after this with my own army, and fingers crossed we do okie dokie here, because this should be a large bandit camp as well. We generally have large bandit camps here in San Jose. So let's pop on over here. Let's see what's going on in Mako. So got the rogue there, no action from him, hasn't built up anything yet, in his village at least. Even if you put 1 or 2 buildings, this will show a double village at that point. So he's a page, so let's see how long he gets timed out for. Page is up here, so yeah, it's gonna be a while before he gets reset by the server if he hasn't logged in since he spawned there. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on things out here and go from there. All right, so there's a bandit camp there. So let's go ahead and hit this bandit camp. Oh, dang it. So yes, if you followed me on Twitter, you will know the news by now. That's unfortunately, depending on how things pan out, I may not be streaming for much longer, streaming or doing videos for too much longer, unfortunately, due to some real life world circumstances here that have affected us here in the United States. Big news, probably because Toys R Us is a worldwide retailer. There are stores across the world, as far as I know. This may have made your local news if you are not in living in the United States. But yes, after 70 odd years of being in business, Toys R Us is shutting down, completely liquidating their assets. It's been in financial trouble for some time. But we didn't necessarily think it was going to be this bad. Unfortunately, the lenders, the companies that loaned some money to Toys R Us over the years, decided to play a little bit nasty and sort of force the company into this liquidation after they filed for bankruptcy back in September here of 2017. So they can get their money back as quickly as possible, with no regard to how that would affect the 30,000 employees across the country. My wife being one of them. She is a store manager for Babies R Us in our town here, or a town next to our town, I guess you could say, out here in the Philly region. So we received news on Wednesday in a conference call from the CEO of Toys R Us that she has 60 more days to earn a paycheck before essentially every employee in the company is released from their service, from their duties with the company. So I'm not ashamed to say that she is the breadwinner here in the family. She definitely makes a lot more than me, due to her position and her length of time in the company. So unfortunately, due to that fact and the time she's been with the company, over 10 years she's been with the Toys R Us Babies R Us organization. It's going to make it very difficult for her to find a new job that's going to pay her as much as she's getting paid right now. And as a result of that, more than likely I will be getting at least a second part-time job, if not a second full-time job, if it becomes necessary, depending how much of a pay cut she has to take. And of course, already we know my free time here for gaming, especially streaming and doing videos, is limited and stuff. I would certainly love to do this more often than I currently am. Oh, I did not want to do that. Thank you. Well, fortunately, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way our real life is, and so we have to, work my pastime, my hobby around real life. Yeah. So more than likely within the next month or so, again, just depending on how circumstances pan out, I may have to step back and from streaming and doing YouTube videos while I try to make up for the loss that we will be suffering for however long it may be. Really, at the end of the day, we just don't know at this point. Best case scenario, there is a far off chance that none of this might occur, that she may still have a job. The Toys R Us company is trying to save about 200 of the American stores, but that's best case scenario and far from likely from happening within the next 60 days. So as a result of this, of course, I will have very little time, if any time at all, for streaming or doing YouTube videos. And unfortunately, of course, with the changes to YouTube, I am no longer earning any money on my YouTube videos because of the new restrictions for being a YouTube partner that were implemented back in February. And of course here, I am a small channel here on Twitch, even though I am an affiliate. I would certainly need to be making... Yes, thank you, Nadir. Thank you. Cat's in the house. Yeah, so it kind of sucks. But, at the end of the day, we got to do what we got to do. And, again, because I am a smaller channel, what I'm making here through subscriptions and bits is minimal at best. We got to do what we got to do here to earn a decent enough income to get by until things start looking up. So, of course, now if I happen to get 100 subs in the next 30 to 60 days, and that might change. That's I figure if I can get about 100 or 150 subs, that might help offset some of the costs. Or some of the pay cut that my wife is more than likely going to have to take, depending on which company she can get into. But yes, that's the sad news this week. Last week we had happy news to announce that Megan was alive and well, and hopefully rejoining us sooner rather than later. But as always seems to be our luck, we can't have something good come along without something bad to come along and damper our spirits. But again, I'll still be here as long as I am able. Like I said, it'll probably be at least a month till we see how things really pan out. She still has her paycheck guaranteed for the next 60 days. So ironically enough, that puts her being out of a job, I guess you could say. That's not the employment. I want that one. Right around the same date 4 years ago that I went through almost pretty much the same thing, where I lost my job with a tech company due to some cutbacks and organizational changes back in that was 4 years ago, so that'd be 2014. So that when I thought about that today, that struck me with a little bit of irony as well. But again, we're going to do what we can, what we need to do, and what we can do for now. And that's just go ahead. We're going to keep streaming, keep doing videos for as long as we can, and hopefully, fingers crossed, things won't look as dire as we fear they may be. We were, there was a time we were also, we were thinking about moving. I think I've mentioned this before, moving to the Lancaster area, which is further west of Philly here near the Hershey Park area. Which, of course, this might, this circumstance might hurt that as well. But on the bright side, the cost of living is much cheaper out there. So, it may either hurt our ability to move out there, or it may actually speed the process up, depending on the job situation, that kind of thing. I'm sort of lucky to where, being with Target, I can just transfer out there. There's several Targets out in the Lancaster area that I could transfer out to. So, for me, having the job is not as much of finding a job isn't as much of an issue as it would be for my wife at this point. But again, we just gotta see how things pan out. In the meantime, let's Let's see what we got here. Quite a few bandit camps we knocked out. Big wolf lair, as I suspected. Chewed through our archers that time. So I figure... Oh, wow, that's... Oh, because I used the wrong formation. Alrighty. Yes, I'm getting myself confused as I'm telling my sad tale. Small wolf lair, good, excellent, that one's done. Lairs, small wolf lair there too, okay. Let's take a look at the bandit camps. Small bandit camp. Again, just these teeny minimal guys we keep running into. And this was the one in Lapu-lapu, surprisingly enough. And another small one there. Don Mariano again, just the bare minimum here. All right, of course, Bornath is the one that's it's the big guy. Oh, good. So our losses weren't too bad there. We did a number on them, so that's pretty good. Let me take a look at this one. Ugh. Yes, and like I said at the top of the show, all four of us are fighting off a cold this week. On top of that, are we in yet? So I don't know what's on the agenda for streaming tonight or tomorrow. Again, it's just going to depend on how I feel. More than likely, I'm not going to stream earlier tonight as I had originally planned. Some Atlas, I think I planned Atlas Reactor. Or I had planned Clone Drone in the Danger Zone, then decided I'd probably do Atlas Reactor. Probably just going to try to get some rest tonight. And then just pick up our streaming tomorrow. More than likely indie games tomorrow, because I am so far behind on a lot of games I've gotten keys for through Keymailer. I certainly want to show my appreciation for getting them for free and give first looks at these games. So if I am able, I am probably going to do probably about 5 or 6. We'll give an hour each game in tomorrow's stream. So we'll stream for 5 or 6 hours and do 5 or 6 different games. For an indie spotlight marathon, I think we can call mini-thon that we can call for tomorrow. There goes the foot cramp. Eey. So good. All right. Slightly larger wolf lair there. All right. So good. Good. All right. And the one thing that really bumps me out about this whole situation is, of course, that we're here. You know, a lot of what I do here is for Extra Life. A lot of my gaming, a lot of my streaming, a lot of my videos, in some way or another, as you can see, do a little bit to highlight Extra Life here, and my goal of, raising as much money as I can for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Unfortunately, that's, again, depending on how circumstances play out, in the next couple of months and, of course, for the rest of the year, that's certainly going to affect my ability to do as much as I would like to do this year for Extra Life and the Children's Hospital. But, again, we'll see. Again, we just found out this information a couple of days ago, and so... we just gotta see how things play out, see how things pan out. But that is that. But in the meantime, let's talk about happy things. Let's talk about Extra Life and the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I had some notes here or something. ELU is over. Yes, we saw ELU. When was this? When did I get this one? Back in December. So, yeah. So we at the towards mid-December, a few months ago, we raised over $210,000 for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So not too shabby. And had said that's why we do this every Friday. And in fact, this was an idea of Megan's to rename the faction I inherited here and ended up being the only one left in. Actually, I think Pedro was one of the original members of the faction. Then he went AFK and then he came back after a while. but renamed the faction I was originally in here to Knights Hospitaller in honor of our charity work here with Extra Life Charity Honor Bravery to protect all play styles. And I don't nearly talk about Extra Life and all that kind of stuff every Friday like I probably should. Hey Taz, how's it going? What did I miss? Oh, just my cold and hitting some wolf lairs and bandit camps here, and of course my explaining the situation that you already know about because you saw it on Twitter with my wife and the family, and how that may affect our ability to stream and game in the coming year here. I think I'll go hit this guy too. Wolf lairs, but that's pretty much it. We're about to embark on our second leg here of today's stream, which the way I'm feeling, I might just skip right to Battle Report of the Week, and do a little bit of a shorter stream today. All right, so let's see here. Anybody out here? Let's see if there's any other bandit camps sort of in range here. Nah, mostly wolf lairs. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit another wolf lair here. Let's see, who's the next closest one? That might be, yeah, it's pretty much going to be him. Local setups, we're going to go wolf lairs, thank you. I think I have Mako out. Oh, no, Mako's not out. Let's go ahead and hit this guy here. Who else is there? We've got a bandit camp down there, not in range, but they'll probably hit him anyway. So far, we've only hit in the one mid-sized bandit camp. Everybody else has been minimal. Just one other wolf lair in range. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit that. Setups, wolf lairs. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Let's go finish that. I'm already launched against the wolf lair up there. And I don't think I have anybody. I don't think I have our army out here in Don Mariano. So we got a few bandit camps over in this stretch. So we'll go ahead and hit that one. All right, let's go ahead and launch that. Local setups, Snake's Castle. Let's try to do the right formation here this time, shall we? Yes, indeed. All right, we'll do this. We'll do this, and we shall launch our attack. Oh, sniffles. And let's see here. I think we'll just play a quick little shorty video here. I think we'll play a couple of Extra Life videos, I think, here. Because I think most of the videos I have for Extra Life are fairly shorter than the ones we've got for the Children's Hospital. So let's go ahead and just do a quickie one here, and then do a quickie one before we do our Battle Report of the Week. So let's go to Properties. Extra Life United. Yeah, Extra Life United just ended last week. It was last week. It was Extra Life United. 5 minutes. Now let's go. This one is only a minute 51. A minute 15. Here we go. Put your money where the miracles are. That works for me. For Extra Life, we'll let the video do the talking here. Again, we got $15 in the bank. Let's get out of studio mode because I did update that. Oh, Battery H, thank you! Battery H Twitch baby today, yeah. 9 months, yeah. Battery's been a sub for 9 months now, hasn't he? Yes, indeed. It's funny the way that alert comes up. It's acting like he's resubscribed, but that's just the anniversary, I think. The anniversary notification. Quite interesting. Yeah, that didn't pick up. We should have $16 raised for Judgment Gaming. This should be the Judgment Gaming total here, unless, of course, I don't have it configured correctly. I might not have it configured correctly on this system, so I'll have to double check that. But we do have $16 in for Judgment Gaming right now. $15 myself. Again, thanks to Battery H right there, by the way. And then, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how our Extra Life efforts go this year. Of course, you know, my main focus will be whatever streaming I can do videos I can do. You know, we'll have to make more of an extra life focus, if anything. But we'll see. You know, for the time being, I'm still here. We'll still be here. You know, we've got 60 days to find you know, good solutions and good outcomes. So we'll see how things go. In the meantime, I'm going to keep going here as long as my health allows me at this point. Streaming and doing our videos and stuff like that. And in the meantime, let's check out this video for Extra Life, and we'll be back with more Stronghold Kingdoms in just a moment. Thanks, everybody. Stick around. We'll be back in literally just over a minute. Yeah, if I can get to the right. That's it. Oh.